Liam Paro versus Montana Love, 12 rounds in the 140-pound division. This is the co-main event for Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, December 9th. This is a very nice matchup right here, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Australian Liam Paro. 23 wins, no losses, and 14 wins by way of knockout. This is his first fight this year. From some interviews that I've seen, he's been battling some injuries, so hopefully he's coming into this one 100% healthy. We last saw him in October where he stopped Brock Jarvis in the third round, which we'll get into shortly. Paro has been getting better and better since I heard about him back in 2017, 2018. He's strong. He's got a good mix of power and boxing ability. He was in a tough fight against Yormar Alamo where he did end up getting the split decision victory, but there was a bunch of people who thought that he lost that fight. If I remember correctly, Alamo scored a knockdown early in the fight, but Paro did a great job of recovering from the knockdown, continued to pick his spots well, adjusting not only his physical body, but his mindset, right? He was dialed in a lot more, controlled the range, and fought a very good technical fight. They were both undefeated, if I remember correctly, to that point. So there was a lot at stake for both men. If Paro would have lost that fight, he probably wouldn't have gotten this Montana Love fight. I thought Alamo landed the more eye-catching, bigger, and kind of cleaner shots, but I thought Paro was the busier fighter throughout the fight. He finished strongly in those last 3 rounds, and I think that was probably the reason why he was able to secure and seal that win, right? So I think this could be a similar fight, similar style, closer to the style of Montana Love's in a little bit, right? Not in its entirety, but in some ways. Paro is also a guy who sparred with the likes of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. So he's fought athletic, technical boxers and seemed to have success with them in sparring from what he says and from what others have said as well too. The one thing I like about Paro, man, is his mindset, right? Like he's strong-minded, believes that he can beat anybody, and he's got that type of mentality where he wants these fights. He wants these big fights. If it's there, he is going to take it. And so when he says that he is prepared and ready for the fight, yeah, I believe him. I believe it when he says it. So I saw some sparring videos of him as well too, and he looks very good. Looks like he's in shape. Looks like he is dialed in. And what more can you say than what you see? Right? All you can say are those things when you see just those videos, but we'll definitely find out on fight night to see how it fully unfolds. In his most recent fight, he fought the big punching up-and-comer Brock Jarvis, and I thought he did a great job of neutralizing what Jarvis was trying to do. Jarvis is generally an aggressive guy. Sometimes his aggressiveness works against him. Paro kept the range, didn't throw a whole lot in the first minute, really in the first round of that fight, but he did have Jarvis kind of second guessing himself and biting on certain movements that Paro was doing. Jarvis tried to force his way in, but Paro would be a step ahead of it. He would step back, boom, jab to the body, step back, boom, jab to the body, punch to the head. So he was always kind of one step ahead of what Jarvis was trying to do. Jarvis came forward with his hands down and got caught with the left hand right on the chin that he never saw coming and did not get up from, and it was over with. He didn't throw a lot, but when he does throw his shots, he's effective, efficient, they're powerful, and it landed right on the money. He knows what he can do. He was roughing up Jarvis a little bit from in close to in the clinch, and he was pushing him off of him and just really showing that you're not going to intimidate me with your pressure and your size. And I don't think he's going to be intimidated by no means by Montana Love either. So this is going to be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to seeing how it does unfold. Let's talk about his opponent, Montana Love. 18 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. We have not seen Love in the ring since the incident with Steve Spark last year. Love is an athletic guy. He's quick. He moves well, and he doesn't have devastating power, but he's got a good pop to him. To me, he's generally a counter puncher, right? Where he's trying to walk you into something, or he's trying to use your aggressiveness against you, against Spark in the first round. Love looked great, right? He was in control, using his jab, countering Spark. The speed was apparent. You could definitely see who was the quicker, faster fighter. In the second round now, that's when things started to get a little bit more interesting. In the beginning, it looked like more of the same, right? Love was waiting and trying to counter Spark, but Spark decided to be the aggressive guy and take that risk. And it's like the moment that he decided to press forward and let his hands go, put forth a three-piece combination, and that third shot came through, landed cleanly on Montana Love's chin, and he hit the canvas. And I said, whoa, did not see that coming. But Love recovered well, right? Came back in the third round, controlled the center of the ring, went back to what was working for him effectively. But it was clear that Love did not want any part of that action, man. You know, people always talk about, oh, I want that smoke. And then when the fight comes, they're not really bringing that smoke. You're not willing to stand there and trade shots right in the pocket. Love didn't want no parts of that. He's not a physical guy. He is a skillful guy, but he's not really a physical guy. I feel like anytime Spark decided to let his hands go in the fight, Love would get hit clean with it. Fifth round came and Spark had Love against the ropes, and Spark let off like a 5, 6, 7-piece combination. And it felt like every time Spark landed a shot, it was an eye-opening shot, and it looked like it was hurting Love every single time. Sixth round, they clashed heads, right? Love was frustrated, clearly bothered. And I think for a few reasons. I don't think he expected Spark to be that good, in my opinion, nor did he expect him to hit as hard as he did. Yes, Montana Love was clipping Steve Spark with counters, but again, every time Stevie Spark clipped him with a shot, it looked like Love was hurt, and it looked like he was on the verge of possibly going down. Now, Love ended up losing the fight, but it's how he lost the fight which was most interesting to me. What do you do when you get frustrated? Mike Tyson said it best. He said, an emotional fighter is never going to win a fight because you are just emotional. You're not thinking properly. You're walking into shots. You're being susceptible to getting hit because all you see is red inside of your head. I have to make this guy pay. And this guy's just calm, he's collected, and he's piecing you up, and he's technical. Love was extremely frustrated, right? And he didn't really know what to do, right? So to me, what it looked like was he saw an opportunity to take an out, and he took it. What do you do when you get frustrated? Love, you know, he throws cats over the rope like it's WWE. And what made it so hard to defend was that the ref was right there beside them. Looks like he was about to break it up, and Love ignored it and just threw him over the top anyway. Montana Love thought that he was going to be able to walk Stevie Spark into something, and he thought he was going to be able to run it back like how he did against Ivan Barancek, but that wasn't the case. Very interesting outcome and finish to their fight. So who wins? Love is at his best when he can keep a little bit of that distance and keep things in the center of the ring. He's not a guy that likes to be physical, as I said. He's a natural counter puncher. He's looking to catch you coming in and walk you into something. But I found it very, very interesting, man. The moment that Spark turned up the pressure, he didn't handle that pressure very well, didn't handle fighting off of the back foot very well. Paro isn't the quickest fighter to start the fight, but he does turn it up as the fight goes on, and he's accurate with the shots and knows how to place his shots in a way where he doesn't need a whole lot of space to be able to make it capitalize. I could see a situation where Love wins the early rounds and Paro comes on late and wins the fight. To me, there's a lot of questions that I have about Montana Love, and one of them is the durability of his chin. When the pressure is against him, how is he going to handle it? When he's fighting on the back foot, how is he going to handle it? I think there's a possibility Paro could get a late stoppage if he decides to press the matter later in the fight. I think he's going to start slow. I think Love wins the early rounds. I think Paro comes on strong and wins by decision. Love isn't going to take a whole lot of risk, in my opinion, but I think Paro will take the necessary risk if need be in order to come out on top. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel and would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Shout out to everybody that continues to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each of you. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video, this time do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.